This is Jane Guyette, your kitchen and health informant, and today we're going to talk about sprouting. In these cold winter months, right now, and we're right now in the upper Midwest where it is very, very cold, and we're not getting a lot of fresh vegetables, but we can have a little garden in the winter in our own home. And with sprouts, you can pack a whole lot of nutrition in the winter and in the summer into a very small compact amount, like a cup or two of sprouts a day, and get a lot of bang for your buck in nutrients and vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and fiber. Broccoli sprouts, for example, 1 cup of broccoli sprouts equals 25 cups of broccoli. So how wonderful would that be to have all of that broccoli in one meal? So here are some of the supplies we're going to need to do our indoor sprouting. A mason jar, okay, with the lid, the inner lid taken off, the seal part taken off. We're only going to use the rim. I use, because there's only 2 in our family right now, I use a pint-sized jar. If you have a larger family, you can use a quart-sized jar and do more sprouts. Okay, we're going to need a little bit of water. We're going to need kind of a paper or cardboard to do a pattern, okay, for our cutout for our sprouting jar. We are going to need some kind of filtration system, because every day we're going to need to rinse our sprouts twice a day. We're going to need a little filtration system. So I've picked out this screen material that I found at the hardware store that's not metal. It's kind of a plastic mesh that I got, and it's really big sheets. This is going to last me a very long time, so any of you who are in the Wisconsin area and need some, call on me. I can get that for you. We're going to need obviously a pen to trace out our pattern, some sprouts. You can do alfalfa sprouts this way, broccoli sprouts, purslane. There's lots of different sprouts that you can do, and there are a lot of sprout companies online. Pair of scissors. And I think that's it. So first thing we're going to do is we want to cut out and trace a pattern. So we're going to take the lid of our sprouting jar, okay, and place it on top. And we're going to trace around this lid, okay, and we're going to come up with a pattern, circular pattern. And that's what we're going to use. And just hang on to this pattern. Don't throw it away after one use, because you may need it again. And I'm going to cut out using this screen material, the screen mesh material. This is what I'm going to use to cut out for my sprouting jars. Okay, this is going to be my filtration system, so that what I end up with, I don't know if you can see that or not, is this little net here is going to fit inside the lid of my mason jar. So I have a nice screen here and a filtration system, and that will fit eventually right on top of my sprouting jar. So to get the seeds started, we need to soak the seeds for at least 24 hours. So for a pint-sized jar, use about a tablespoon of sprouts. This will yield you a cup or 2 cups of sprouts. Pour that in the jar. Add some water, and you're going to soak it 24 hours overnight. And this is the only time that you're actually going to leave the sprouts in water. Okay? And then we're going to seal our jar. And we just sit it. You don't put it in the refrigerator. Keep it out of direct sunlight. It's actually better to be in shade. And just set it to the side. Don't let it get too hot. Don't let it get too cold. Just keep it room temperature, and we'll put it to the side. After 24 hours, what you're going to do is you're going to pour the sprouts, the liquid of the sprouts out, and the netting on the top is going to capture all of the seeds, so the seeds don't fall out of the jar. So tomorrow I'm going to drain the water out of from these seeds, and I'm then going to turn them over. All right, and here you can see I've got some sprouts going right now. They're kind of halfway through, and they've kind of accumulated, not quite at a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup right now of sprouts. And what happens is that I will rinse them, pour water in through this filter every day, twice a day, and then I will turn it over and I will leave it sitting upside down on a rack. So I'm going to show you here my little rack system. Let me pull around the video here. I've got like a little drying rack system, and here I will take this jar and I will let it drain all day long in my drying rack system. Okay. It's just a little dish rack that I use, and every day I've got sprouts going. So I've got 7 sprouting jars in my kitchen every week, and that means that I have sprouts that I can eat every single day. The sprouts will mature. They'll take 5 to 7 days to actually mature. You'll see them starting to sprout in a day or two, and they'll be ready to eat after once you see them start growing. And it's great if you have kids. Kids love to do that's like a little, gardening experiment in the house, and it gives them something to do and interactive in the kitchen. So that's it. It's as simple as that. When they've come to maturity, make sure that your sprouts are drained, and then you can store them in the refrigerator. And then when you've eaten those sprouts, then you take that jar and start all over again. And you have fresh sprouts and vegetables and greens all winter long. Enjoy!